Here we are, folks, over at our Public Archaeology Day, and I am going to flip this around and I'm going to talk to some of these people working out here today. This is Dave Moyer. Hi, Dave.
Hi, Deb.
Tell me what you're doing, Dave.
We're doing some shovel test pits. Shovel test pits are used to try to test an area to see whether or not there's anything good there. And so while we've already found some really good stuff over to the south, we're moving north to try to see what else we can find. So that's what we're doing here today.
And how does that work?
Well, today we're doing 50 centimeter square shovel test pits. And basically what we're doing is we're digging them down to the soil change and screening all that dirt and saving everything separate so that we know which soils have the artifacts and which ones don't.
So cool.
Yeah, that's what we're up to. It's not as exciting as some of the stuff other folks are doing.
All right, Vivian, do you have anything to add to all of that?
No, except that we are finding some artifacts already out of this test pit, which we've only just begun. We only took the sod layer off so far from the very top, but we already have found a thinning flake.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. So what happens is they take all of this dirt, they put it in this bucket.
You want to follow us over?
Yes, I would love to do that.
I'm going to carry this. I'm going to leave the shovel here. It doesn't need to come.
And this is how it works.
And this is how it works. And this way, if I slip, the whole...
It'll be great.
the whole shade will melt.
You see these guys, see this square they've got? Very fine. And they're actually finding things down at the bottom right now. Doing the same thing. Let's go follow Dave and Vivian. This is the major excavation area. As you can see, it's a whole year's effort. And there they are. They're going to throw that bucket right up in that screen.
Get that? You see that part?
Yes, we did.
Oh, now we got to do the shakedown.
Yep.
Yeah, now we're going to do a little shakedown.
All right. Take it away.
Woohoo! So what we're doing is we're sifting out the soil.
Yeah.
Dave, take it away. You can tell us all about it.
All right. So basically, what we're doing is we're sifting over 1/4 inch mesh. All of the soil that we excavate gets screened through this 1/4 inch mesh. If it doesn't want to go, if it's really clay-like, you really kind of have to push it with your hands a little bit in order to get it to go down. But so far, we found some pottery from the first shovel test we did. A bunch of little flakes and chips from people making stone tools. A little bit of bone, small amounts of bone, and some charcoal. So we're interested to see. We just started this new one. It'll be interesting to see what we find.
Awesome.
So, yeah.
So you're gonna see they're gonna push all of this through
All
that
of this
screen.
dirt is going through.
So there's nothing that can get past them.
No. We've got eagle eyes here.
Yep.
So it looked a little rainy before, but it sure turned into a nice day.
Sure did. Sure did. We're doing a live video right now, and here's the head of the whole thing here. This is Dan Caster, and he runs the whole excavation.
He does.
So he does all the crappy work too.
The field supervisor and head shovel bum.
And he still has a sense of humor, which is, hey, I don't know if I still would, so hey, he's ahead of us.
At my age, that's all I got left.
And as you can see, even though we're digging through all of this dirt, we're still having fun. Yell at me if you find anything. I'm going to come over and talk with Tom.
Yeah.
Because Tom has something very, very cool. This is Toby and Jess and Tom.
Hi, how's it going? Oh, check this out.
Tom is like the guy with the magic trowel. Every time he comes out here, he's the one. You gotta watch him. He's the one. So, Tom, tell us what you've got going on here.
Well, we found some, looks like elk antler bone, and we're not sure. But
Can you point that out where you think that might be? Just if you just point at it, because I don't think we can see it in the picture that well.
yeah, okay, we have some here, and you can't see too good all the way down. Here's some more right here. This coloration here.
So you're talking like the whole antler in the ground there, probably.
On the, probably the brow tine, the first part of the antlers, and that's what we found over in this other unit.
So this is the second set of antlers you found in this area.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Looks that way. So we're not sure yet, but it's real fragile.
Looks like they had elk stew.
So far, of course, you've seen the bottom of that one possible urn or piece of pottery that we'd seen. It was almost an inch thick. We're finding flakes, different fragments of bone. Hypothetically, it could be necessarily almost like a dumping ground for things that they couldn't use, or just garbage pits for after feasting. But it's very interesting to find this. I mean, he's going shape by shape, trying to just get these antlers out, whether they're full or not, just to see. It's impressive.
Yep, and he's been working on that for a good 5 hours already today, Tom.
All day.
Yep. So.
Trying to get it out today if we can.
Yeah, and that's the thing about archaeology. It's a slow, methodical process in order to get that stuff out and be able to keep it in any kind of shape. So, good stuff.
Yep.
Hey, how you making out over there, Dave?
Now it's a rock. Well, we've got a couple things here.
Okay, I'm coming back to you.
We've got a little piece of pottery.
Really?
Pottery.
And we have a little flake that showed up as well.
Get right down on that.
See? It's all right here.
Nice.
Yeah.
That flake is very cool. That pottery's hard to tell, isn't it?
It is a little hard to tell, but you
Jess,
develop
where's
an
that
eye.
big chunk of pottery so I can show it in comparison?
Oh no! Now they're gonna.
Yeah. Sorry, Dave. We're gonna show the big piece.
Exactly.
Isn't that crazy? And look at how thick it is. That was.
I bet we left. Well, you have the bag in your.
But that is actually a chunk of a piece of pottery, an old pot, probably down towards the base, probably.
Yep.
So cool. Thank you for doing that.
Yep.
Okay, we'll come back to these guys because God knows what we're going to end up finding there. And we still have one more group over here. So we'll come over here. And Jeff, I'm doing a live video right now. Just trying to show people what's going on.
Telling people to move around over there as buzzards are circling over top of them.
They are too.
I wouldn't kid about a thing.
This is Jackie and Mike, and they've been digging actually a hole here that's actually part of a...
Jennifer or Jackie?
Oh, my sister's Jackie, but I was willing to go
I'm
with
sorry.
her.
I keep on calling her.
She's really cool, so it works for me.
I'm sorry. You should have corrected me a long time ago. Sorry. So, Jeff, can you tell us what we're looking at here?
Well, we've got a little bit of a fireplace feature over here in the corner of this unit. Is what it looks like, and it seems to be, as you see the shape here, it probably continues around over here. But we're taking it down to see what we got there. It's full of charcoal, some artifacts. The stone that you just brought out of there has been used for something.
Yep, hammer.
It's a little hammer stone kind of thing, but so you never know, what you find, you got to look at, clean it up and look at it, because that's obviously something's happened to that stone there. It's like, and feel it, it fits right in your hand.
That's a little archaeology
Fits right in your hand
going
like
on
that.
right
It's got to
there.
be something.
That's what she said.
Absolutely. So
So we're gonna bag that.
yeah, and then that's what happens when we find an artifact, or what we think is an artifact, be it a piece of pottery, be it a stone with markings on it, be it a piece of shell, or whatever that might be. We've got bags that are actually already marked to represent. Well, in this hole, there's two different bags, because one is the feature itself, which is this half circle, and then the rest of this whole thing is actually, you see the lighter colored soil, that's actually got a separate bag. And so what happens is we bag all of this, and you can imagine over this whole site, over the last 3 years, how many bags we've accumulated. All of that gets put into our database by type and feature and placement, and actually how deep it was in the ground, so that researchers in the future can come back and actually put this whole site back together and see, whatever little things they're looking for, be it the pottery, be it, what type of flake chips, or it's a gamut what different researchers will come in to look for. But we'll have it available for people to be able to.
Some of the charcoal that came out of came out of the unit.
So we
there,
keep
out
that
of
in
the
tin
feature.
foil so that if we ever want a radiocarbon date, we can, which is pretty cool too.
We got some little bird bone of some sort in here. Looks like there might have been eating turkeys or something over here.
Yeah, so cool. And all of it together will tell the story. So thanks so much, you guys, for being a part of it today. Appreciate it. And let's head back over here and see what else we have going on. See this little trench trying to keep the water out? And see around the site. That's just purely trying to keep the rainwater out of their features here.
Surface collected birds. Take care.
That is going to be the find of the
Well,
day
we-
for sure.
We add it to that other one. We got her, you know. You're good.
What's that down there near your foot, that rock sticking out? Is that pottery?
Yeah. I found that last week.
Wow.
Yeah, I found that last week.
That's a big old chunk.
Yeah, and I, you know,
Can't
goes,
get to it, huh?
no, it goes in there.
Oh, wow. God knows how big that is.
I know it. I wanted to take it out, but it was in the wall, so
Yep.
Stan says you
We
gotta
have rules on what we
Yep.
can do.
take it down from the top.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I'm going to come over and watch Jess because Jess might find something here. So let's see what Jess comes up with. And see, that's the thing. Some people think that it's just the people with the trowels digging those holes, but really the majority of stuff that's found's right here when they sift it out.
We found some bone sifting. We've found a couple pieces of pottery sifting, which is amazing. It made it past Tom, but we did. We found it.
yeah, with Tom, you got to be pretty sneaky about it. Or lucky, because he knows what, I mean, he finds like,
There's a piece of charcoal there.
yeah, absolutely. Nice. But Tom can find like the smallest thing, like smaller than your pinky nail.
Yeah.
And he just picks it up like, oh yeah, there's that. It's like his eyes have looked at this stuff for so long that he just automatically sees it.
Yeah. He could probably tell what it is when he just hits the trowel with it. Ding! Oh yeah, that's bone. Yep.
Yeah, it's okay. That's an A. So yeah, that's got to be a this.
See, that's charcoal.
Well played, well played. And look at how much dirt's come out of this ground. We're standing on mountains of dirt. And my gosh, what kind of gardening can we do with all of this, you know?
Yeah, seriously.
And the other thing is, you hardly even find a rock in this dirt because it's all that silt from the river.
Yep.
And it's just this crazy good dirt. Either you're going to find an artifact or maybe a small pebble or a rock here and there. But for the most part...
we found like some small pebbles, you know, maybe like that size, just tiny. And you got to really look at it to make sure it's actually a rock and not a piece of maybe delaminated pottery or something like that.
But I mean, it's pretty good digging. I mean, you know, if we had an area that was just all rocks like my field, oh my God, it'd be awful. But no, this is pretty good digging that way. You just yell at me if you find anything and I'll come back to you, okay?
All right.
Oh boy, Tom, I'm just waiting. I'll be back, Tom. Tom was also the board chairman of SRAC, so he's the man of all talents here. This is Brian and Rich.
Oh, yeah, we did find that. Somebody re-identified.
And yeah, it looks to me like he's hitting some charcoal right
that's
there.
It's gonna disappear probably.
You see those? That's probably shell or something.
That's bone.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. Calcined bone. But it just, there's a lot of that throughout this, but they're really not recoverable.
They just crumble.
They just, all the pieces. We were using this place.
Look at that. You see those dark spots? That's charcoal coming up through, so they know they're onto it. What else have you guys found out of here?
Pottery fragments. We found quite a bit of flint fragment.
Wow, and you've only
Charcoal.
gone down about a foot.
2 pieces of carbonized hickory nutshell.
Really? Wow, this is the whole of the day.
Maybe.
Wow. And look, this is how big their hole is. It's only, what, 14 inches by 14 inches, something like that. And oh, more like 18.
18 by 18.
But still, I mean, you know, they didn't even go that far in the ground and they found all that today. That's amazing. Just how dense it is with artifacts in this whole area. Thank you, guys. Oh, I'm telling you, there's Dave with the magic shovel, and he just hit a ting.
He just hit the rim shard.
You think so?
Is that a?
I didn't hear it. I'm kind of deaf. See this guy?
Actually, Dan's got a pretty good eye, so.
Root.
I think it's. Yeah, I think it's a little bit of a root stain.
I did hear the ting though too. But
Did you?
Yeah.
well, when you sift it out, you might find
I
it.
bet we'll find it.
That's
why
what it's
we
all
screen.
about.
Yep, that's why we screen. So, I'm gonna reenact what I did before, and we'll see if it makes it.
He's listening for the ting ting ting-a-ling here. Have you guys found charcoal or anything over here?
Not in this one yet. No charcoal.
He's just getting down below the plow
It's
zone.
true.
Oh, okay.
But they got a feature that one.
They do.
Yeah,
It's
well, I
really
was just
nice
talking
there.
with those guys. Rich was just explaining all the different things they'd found over there. That's incredible. In just that small of a hole.
Yeah.
Because remember, these are just test.
They're just test bits.
Yeah, they're not even like features. But they've turned into features.
Yep. Yep. This is a good way to find them. So.
Just periodically
Yep.
build a
Yeah, and that's how they.
regular hole.
I mean, even with like the Murray reports, I mean, that's what they were doing. Just test holes. I've never seen the test holes done. This many in a row. So that's pretty cool to just see it all just go through.
Well, we're doing something a little different too. I'd never done a 50 centimeter shovel test. And,
It is a little different, I'm sorry.
simply because if you're doing a one shovel width test pit, you're much less likely to see that change in the soil pattern.
Right. You can't even see down in the hole. Yeah.
Basically a quarter of a unit.
That's just it. And if we did find something interesting here, we could always expand it out to a unit. So,
Yeah.
and then this would just be one quadrant
It's
of the
awesome.
unit.
It's an awesome day. I mean, everybody's finding things and important things. And again, it'll all become part of the data that we keep for other researchers to be able to use as well as, for our own research. So it's awesome. And Dan's going to go
Oh, all right, Dan.
sifting for them. So you guys keep it up. I'll be back.
I'm going to go find another bucket.
They're the little.
I've heard of it. I know it's
stubby. They're small. They're stubby. Some of them.
Coming along. Boy, it's intervals of like rainy, dark, and then all of a sudden the sky just opens up to blue, wow. These it? The pink ones?
It belongs to the
Those are my gloves.
I'm just picking.
Try to give Dan my gloves.
You wouldn't take them. All right, let's see what Dan finds here.
Oh, Dan's got to find his gloves first.
And it's another scoop. And you know the process now, folks. Dan, if you see anything, let me know and I'll come back to you.
Okay.
And again, we got to watch Tom and his magic shovel because or trowel, because boy, he's the sneaky one of the group. All of a sudden,
You're getting pretty close now, but it's like the closer you get, the slower you have to go, the more careful you have to be. So it doesn't matter how eager you get, this process is slowing.
and that's why Tom's good at it too, because he just doesn't go any faster. I could sit here and just bug the heck out of him, which I normally do, and he just keeps on going his own way, right, Tom?
He just ignores you.
Yeah. That's the story of my life. What do you want? We're all good here.
Yeah, yeah.
Look at him, just skimming it off.
Awful close to it. I want to leave much of support, but I want to be able to see it too, we do, you know?
Right.
Absolutely.
Over here, we can go pretty deep. Feel confident over here.
Yeah. So you see that bump here?
Getting closer and closer.
Yeah, that is the antler. And there's another one right there that he's dug around. So he's trying to get closer to it. But he's just got to just skim that off to be able to get there. You know, the last antler that we excavated here, what date? Is that the 1100 date?
Yeah, I believe.
Yeah, so.
That was the 1330 date.
Oh, was it the 1330 date?
Oh, that's right, the corn.
The corn came out underneath.
Same spot, yeah.
So, you know, elk were here. Had to have been.
When does the antiquity state that deer were here? Was it part of the Columbian Exchange?
The deer
was part of their natural range.
Oh, 1857. I had no idea they were still here.
Yeah.
The things you learn.
Yeah, seriously. That's impressive.
I'll say. And that's what it's all about. We've got evidence of them here now. Aaron, you are so close. You know, what time is it, Dan?
Is that discoloration kind of there?
2:45, Aaron. You got an hour. Come see me. Look at these guys. They look like they are in the thick of it. How about an update, Jeff? What's going on?
Well, what's going on? We're going to trim this wall away from this feature now and see what falls out of that. So it's getting a little difficult to work way down in the hole there. So we're going to open it up a little bit so it's easier to work. And at the same time, peel off that wall and see if there's anything in there.
Yeah, sounds like a plan. Jennifer, did you have fun today?
I'm having a great time.
That's awesome. It's a lot of hard work. So, you know, some people get really tired of, you know, leaning down in holes like that. So you must still be having fun or you wouldn't still be down in it. Trust me.
Well, we haven't been here that long yet.
Yep. You'll feel it tomorrow. You'll remember.
The chance for a big payoff is the keep going here. It's like, oh, what's just below the next centimeter of soil?
Yeah, there you go, Mike.
There could be something great.
Yeah. And Jennifer, you already found, what, a piece of pottery, was it?
I found a little piece of pottery, and I might have found a stone tool or a stone that was used as a tool.
Oh, that's right, the one with the dimples. Yes. Mm-hmm. There you go. Yeah. What'd you find, Mike?
Just
some flint chips.
Flint flakes.
Nice.
Yeah, work flakes. Secondary flakes, I believe.
Yeah, it looks like you still got some charcoal down in the corner towards you, doesn't it?
Yeah, and it's coming out of
right
the wall.
along that wall there. Yeah.
And apparently most of the fire pit is over here. I'm just in the corner of it.
Yep. You're just in a quarter of the circle. You can see that darker color. That's what marks it out right there. Yep, Dorothy, she just told us that they found a little bit of pottery, they found some flint chips, and some sort of stone tool. So we'll be back. Jeff, yell at me if you find anything good. Okay. What'd you find, Jess? Anything?
Another little piece of charcoal here. And I'm not sure what this is. It might just be a rock. I'm going to take it on over to Dan and see if maybe he can take a look at it.
All right, sounds good.
Dan, I got something for you to look at. here. Might be just a stone, I'm not sure.
Huh. Yeah, stone. Again, you run your thumbnail across it and you can feel how hard it is. Holy crap.
Wow.
That came out of that same test pit.
That little test pit.
That
wow,
little test pit.
that is so pretty blue too.
Wow, that's impressive.
Wow, unbelievable.
Yep, just ordinary on the other side.
No retouch. What it should be.
Look at that.
Holy cow.
Wow,
That's
so
nice.
nice. What kind of chert do you think that is?
Yeah, I think that's
Just the average?
Onondaga.
Because it's got that, it looks bluer to me, but maybe it's just the light.
Well, it does look quite blue, but Onondaga can apparently be just about any color.
Any color you want. And the thing is, it's still got the
It's not done.
cortex. I mean, it's a
was
split pebble,
Yeah,
basically.
it's a split pebble that they just barely started working, and maybe maybe their platform didn't set up the way they wanted.
Maybe a bear ran into the village and they had to go. Just saying.
This thing.
Maybe.
Possible.
Right?
Honestly, though.
Yeah.
This thing in my life.
Yeah, hey.
Now, we do find split pebble lithics in here, but
Yeah.
usually where they've come out is in the bottom of these pit features, where we see.
This is actually at the top.
And this one is at the top, but you look at where it is. And
Yeah,
it's
yeah, yeah.
halfway down the hill.
Right.
So,
Right. Is this like too cool or what?
This is awesome. I think it's amazing.
It's a blast.
Man, this is sweet.
What you got, Deb? What you have?
Vivian, if you bring that over here for Tom to see, Tom's going to be very jealous. Tom needs to see that.
Oh. Yeah, I was helping Tom.
He's busy digging an antler, but he wants to see the other stuff too.
Did you
He never can get enough.
come across an antler?
2 of them.
Oh, right on the edge, huh?
That is cool.
Yeah.
Like that's something I would just have in my house today. No, I mean today. Did you find any antler today?
No,
No. Okay.
this is the same one we've been trying to
Antler and you call me over.
uncover.
You got the bag?
Yes. Did you find some where
More stuff, huh?
It's fun. We actually have a couple of small ones that are about similar colors.
Yeah, he's trying to cut underneath it.
Yeah, I got this down here, and
That guy has a magic trowel. Try to do this with a trowel. I'm telling you. It's not easy.
I want to get down there where we can undercut it enough to, without, breaking anything.
More charcoal.
Trowel for time.
Yeah.
Look at that charcoal. Ooh, what's that? Shell?
No, that's bone.
The little animal bone, the little bird bone or whatever.
Another piece of flake.
Oh, yeah, another flake here.
That
too.
guy, he just
Got
picks up flint.
Eagle
Yeah.
eyes.
Yeah, I like to just see how far I can go down here and, and then we'll slide a thing underneath it there. Remove it.
Nice. Very cool.
Yeah, I'm gonna get bone right there, And I got bone right here. This is that, and this is with this.
So this right here is part of it?
This bone right here, and this is together.
Oh.
And this one looks like it's separate. But it's probably right next to the on the
So where it connects to the head.
Yeah, right.
It's just probably broken and shifted from the
Yeah,
of the
sure. Yeah.
All right, we're coming back to you.
Okay.
Just yell at me if you find anything good. Coming back to you, Dave.
All right.
So you're the one that found that, huh?
Oh, you know it. Well,
did you find it out of Rich's hole or out of yours?
No, out of ours. It seemed like there were a couple other smaller flakes that were there at the same level. So I think that we're going to clean it up a little bit. But I suspect that these next couple shovelfuls are going to be hopefully pretty productive. We'll find out.
Nice.
So.
Well, we're going to stay right on then. We're going to just keep on following what's going on.
Sure. How are things going over there? It seems like everybody's got something interesting.
Yeah, yeah. You know, all the way across the site, I just keep on, walking back and forth, and it's just crazy the different amounts of stuff that everybody's finding. But everybody's finding stuff. And, it's quite a stretch of land that I'm going across, too.
It is. It's a few hundred feet at least.
Yeah.
When you think about features across the landscape like that, it gives you an idea for the scale.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't want to. Yep. Do you have the bag?
Yes. Do you have stuff?
I have some stuff. I have that same piece.
Oh. Oh, wow.
Yep. Little tiny that I found.
Great.
Yeah. That's how I judge my success, by how tiny I can find flakes. I must not have missed anything because I found this really tiny flake. You don't want to touch the poison ivy?
No.
What's the matter,
There's
Vivian?
no poison ivy here. Don't tell them that, Deb. Then they won't want to come. They think there's poison ivy.
Poison ivy everywhere.
Oh.
Yeah, well, guess what?
Not in the Arctic.
This one, you see, it's breaking, Dorothy.
Oh,
She's looking at it and she's saying, this is the kind I think Jude was thinking of making it, but you got to figure out how to get that screen on there just a little bit better is all.
Yeah, I have like a little bracket or like a bar underneath on my screens that we make that keep that from happening, because when you put a lot of heavy stuff, which I've probably been abusing Dan's screen a little bit too much here today.
Well, he's got a staple gun, I'm sure.
Let's see.
Vegetation features
where, we get a couple of flakes that are clearly busted off a crappy little pebble.
Oh, it does look like a little piece of charcoal there.
Oh, what's going on here?
Oh,
that's a nice piece of charcoal.
it is.
Hey,
We
Dan,
haven't had much charcoal come up yet. I think that's
we got to get a piece of. Do you have a piece of tin foil?
Not in there.
some over
He
there.
found a chunk of charcoal about yay big. Yeah, they're gonna keep that.
Yep.
There you go.
And that can be carbon dated if we ever want. So what they do is Dan will put that in a piece of tin foil and keep it a little bit more preserved than the rest of the stuff. And remember, every one of these bags has, information on it that puts us right back to where this piece of charcoal was found. Which is pretty amazing, that people go to that level of preserving. And that's what we're really trying to make sure that all of our work actually is in the database within the year of when it comes out of the ground, which is unheard of.
Yeah, that's very true. A lot of times professional archaeologists will take a few years before they publish their findings. So yeah, being able to take everything from the field, get it to the lab and processed and cleaned and then analyzed and studied, and then being able to take all of that information and use that to kind of guide next year's excavations.
Yep.
So all within the course of a season. So it's a hard schedule to keep, I guess.
But it's a cool thing that we've got the right people and the people who really want to help us get there to get it done. I mean, that's a lot of work. You can just see, the amount of work that's going on here today.
Oh, more pottery.
But when you get to these bags and processing, each one of these little pieces are going to be actually recorded. Every one of those little pieces that you put in this bag
each one of those is a little punctuation mark or a character in the great story of this site.
Yeah.
So
cool. Yeah, you can even see the markings on this piece. That's some kind of imprinting.
Nice, nice, nice. Yell at me if you find anything else, guys. How we doing, Tom?
Good. Yeah.
He's getting there.
Getting there. Take a little more around it. Got to cut this off here so we can slide something underneath it, you know.
And then, will you keep it in the soil when you take it
Yes.
back to the lab?
Yep. Let it dry. The soil will really dry, and then you'll sort of, you can brush it off, you know, knock it off pretty easy. Right now it's wet, sticks to it, but it holds it together too, you know. Yeah, I guess
But that's our second set of elk antler, what we think is elk antler, without getting it any more uncovered at this point. So, pretty incredible. And we're looking at 1300 AD.
There's some of that tip, isn't it?
Yep.
Is alive.
It's all right though. It still looks like it's still in a good piece.
Yeah, but went back further. I was going to knock that out, separate it from that wall.
Right.
Okay. You know. Yeah. What now?
How much farther does it go back? It looks like it's really thin now. Well, it looks like it stopped there. Or is it cut back?
No.
Oh, it's still, yeah, it cuts back through there and it goes.
It's going right into that wall.
Into this wall?
Yes.
God.
Darn, I was just going to...
Not coming out today.
I just cut it, you know. Dan said, oh, I got to cut that out, separate it from the wall so we can get it lifted out of there. Damn.
Watch your language. You're live right now.
Oh.
Are you streaming?
Yes.
Oh, got me in trouble.
6 second delay, everyone.
Watch your language.
Might be on the edge, but I don't think so.
Oh, man.
Man, he is scraping. Oh, my God. He's so close.
It's incredible. Look at that thing.
Yeah, you see that antler coming out of there? Oh, my God.
Oh, yeah, you can see that in the camera, can't you? Oh,
Yeah.
that's nice. No, good.
Unbelievable. This has seen daylight for almost 1,000 years.
Yeah, ain't that amazing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The last set of antlers that we found, they actually took the tips off.
Oh, okay.
So the antlers were there, but the tips were actually, you know, taken off to use as tools.
Oh, nice.
Got something else for them.
Yeah, that's more bird type bone or something, you know.
So it'll be interesting to see if the tines are taking off these ones too.
Oh, yeah, because then you can see it if it had been used for a purpose.
Yeah, and you'd think the rest of that antler would be usable for something, but I guess it wasn't. They just, you know. Look at that. Oh, look at that.
Wow. It looks like, is that bone chip in there? Is that what it's doing?
Well, it was stuck
Flaking?
to the, it was stuck to the mud, see.
Jess,
yeah.
this is going to you.
Oh, what's that?
I think it's part of the antler, so we probably want to put that in tin foil.
Okay.
Wow.
Look at that.
That's beautiful.
And you think about how big these people were back then,
Oh, man.
and how massive this elk had to be. You know, a bunch of little guys running around, you know, with spears and, you know, rocks at the end of their spears 1,000 years ago, like taking these huge animals down. And don't think they weren't fighting with these big antlers, you know?
Oh man, yeah. I often wondered even too, like without the use of firepower, how some of these guys ended up getting bird without traps set up and stuff, you know? It's like,
Yeah.
that's incredible.
Yeah.
It just took a lot of skill, I'm sure. A lot of natural skill and feet
Yep.
to do some things like that.
And probably generations of, you know, learning.
Oh,
Okay,
man.
this killed Uncle Joe, so let's not do it that way.
Right, honestly.
I'm just saying.
This was
True.
Hey, remember when Uncle Joe tried that? Oh, that one didn't work so good. Let's not do that.
Wow, I didn't realize how thick that thing was. Yeah, that's going right back into that wall. Drats. Yeah, that's widening out.
Like, that's my finger, and that's how wide that is. You see that? That is incredible, Tom. And it's incredible work for, you know.
It's funny. Yeah, we didn't expect it to go back that file. Maybe it won't go any further. Nope, it's gonna, I think.
It's gonna.
We're pushing the limit there, but if it's only another.
Yeah, he
like
could
2
go this
inches.
far. Yeah, he could get there. He could get there.
Don't give up hope, Tom.
And so you don't think, well, they're not connected because you got the other one cut back from the wall. So
Yeah. Yeah.
so this other one's just longer and going into the wall.
Yeah.
Wow, man.
So cool.
They're huge. It's a really thick antler.
Yeah. Think about how big the antlers are on the deer that you, I mean, that's big.
Seriously, that's much larger than I typically see of any deer around
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
That's incredibly big.
All right, I'm going to come back. So, Jeff, what'd you find? You found something. You just washed it in the water. I know you. Piece of pottery.
Mm-hmm. Similar to that last piece we found.
Nice.
Different.
That looks more like the Algonquin stuff,
Yeah,
right?
I don't
Doesn't
know.
it?
I
Like
don't
cord,
know. I don't know pottery.
cord marked?
But it's different color.
Okay, I'm guessing too. That's just my educated guess from what I've seen.
Yeah, I just
But when it's
know-
got that color, usually
know
it's
what
that
these-
older stuff. Yeah.
These guys tell me usually in the pottery part.
There's good luck trying to understand all the pottery around here. It's just crazy
So-
how many different
Oh,
types there
yeah.
are.
Ah.
Definitely, right?
Oh yeah. And it's kind of thick.
Yeah, it's pretty thick compared to what we usually find. Could be part of the bottom or the base or something. But there is some stuff we've been finding here that's way thick.
And where was that found? In the feature or over
No,
here?
this was outside the feature.
Oh, really? Mike found it. Way to go, Mike.
His name's Rich.
Keep it up. My God, I'm trying, you guys. I'm trying.
Mike. He's teasing you.
I'm just kidding.
I knew it was. And I didn't even make one joke about falling in the hole, so hey.
There's still time.
Yeah.
I hope you don't want to replay.
Yeah, Jeff actually fell in this hole over here today. And lived to tell about it.
Rewrite history.
Well, the only thing is, the corn pound was 1330, so
Yeah.
it was right underneath it, right
Yeah.
in with it. You know.
We were just talking about how shallow this is.
Yeah.
And, you know, the other one was found almost 2 feet lower
Mm-hmm.
Much deeper.
than this one here.
But that could have been maybe because of the pit.
Yeah.
Who knows? You know.
Maybe this is on the side of the pit.
And they just bone. Let's see that small bone. Yeah, maybe it's ending there though.
Oh, it looks like it, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think
It looks like it's. Look at that, Deb. Doesn't it look like it's cut
Ooh, it
or
does.
broken at the end?
It does, it does.
Yeah, it does there. If that's its end,
Look
that's
at
impressive.
that.
Look how thick that is.
You lucked out, Tom.
It doesn't go to a point.
Maybe.
That's, I don't know, Deb. That's looking to me like it's.
Yeah, because he's down on the nub of it.
Yeah, it looks like that's the end of it.
You might get it out here today, Tom.
Maybe.
Your dreams are coming true.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I think it is.
Good flippin' find.
Yeah. Yeah. You got it in.
And not anybody can just, you know, get this antler out of the ground. I'm telling you, man.
You can tell it's been cut off though.
Yep, see, and that's what we were talking about. They cut the tips off to use them. They use those to pressure flake arrow points, and what else do they use it for, Tom? I don't know.
Well, they use them as tools too, you know.
Yep.
Awls and needles and everything else, but mostly bones. And they did use them for points themselves, but mostly for pressure flaking. Yeah, that was a big thing. But yeah.
What next?
But that was that typically a common use with the Native Americans around here?
Yeah, I mean, bone or antler was.
It's just another resource.
Yeah.
You know, but it's funny they didn't use this part as a resource too. You know, you'd think you'd be able to use that as a handle to something.
Right, yeah.
Or whatever, but you know, they just seem to have chucked these. Maybe they just killed so many elk that year that they said, let's get rid of that.
Right? Dude, space getting wasted out here, guys. We gotta figure this out.
Yeah, that's
so cool.
Looks like the end of it.
So 2 different ends of an elk antler, and so we're thinking that's probably the end now, and not the. Is that what you're thinking?
Yeah,
Tom?
like they're reversed.
Yeah.
One's one way, one's the other.
So this one's going this way, and that one's going
looks
that way.
Yeah.
That's peculiar.
And they chucked them.
Well, we had that on the other one too.
You know, when you're throwing things in the garbage, you just don't really pay attention to which way things are going.
We had
interesting reversal. They're so close. That's really interesting.
2 going like that, then the other one was like this.
Yeah, and you know, you think maybe you just get an armload of this stuff and you throw it in the garbage. You know?
Yeah.
It's like, Dad, why do I have to do this?
Yeah. All right.
No, Why do I gotta take
I
it?
told you to go pick that up.
I told you take the deer carcass over to the garbage chute. Go on. Another mumbling and grumbling.
Yep. They didn't look to see which way they pointed things.
Yeah.
That is just so cool.
Yeah, they cut that.
You ended up finding the end of it here.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Okay. So do we need? Oh yeah. Okay.
That is so cool.
It is, isn't it? It is. You know, and it's going, you know, can't get too close to it on some of it.
Elk antler. Unbelievable.
Well, that's Richard's.
Yeah, no, I know. You're screening Richard's here. My dirt is in that bucket there. So if you feel like screening that after.
Really fragile, you know.
Yeah. Yep.
Like you said, when it was adhering to that clay, it could just pull pieces off, and that's no bueno.
So cool. All right, I'm gonna get out of here because I'm gonna keep on staring at that. I'm gonna keep on moving around. So we'll be back. Oh, finally had to fix it, huh? Way to go, Dave. Way to break the stuff. Take it easy, will you, Dave? Why you gotta be like that? And see, Brian's here for Archaeology Day, and he's actually the one that's putting this thing back together for us. So thank you for that, Brian.
You're welcome.
Be prepared.
Let's see what your hole looks like here.
So you can see we're down into the subsoil now. So far, we haven't had very much charcoal yet. So I think that in comparison to the square over here, the shovel test that's 5 meters away, we're down, I think, below the level where they had started to find stuff. So while we're finding a lot of good artifacts, we haven't really found that evidence of the next feature or the next fire pit or the next post mold yet. But that's what shovel tests are all about, finding out what's here, and then we're going to move on to the next 2 over there. Maybe not today, we'll find out. But it's a good way to get incremental knowledge about a site.
Boy, I'll say, and you know, this site is in danger of ever being excavated any further.
No, it's true. If you look at all of the fill that's slowly getting spread over here as we work, it's coming.
Yeah.
So
whether or not we're going to be able to learn anything more about this site is dependent on the weather and how much we can get done this year. And then, you know,
No, it's true. Well, you know, SRAC does a good job of staying the one step ahead of the backhoe, and that's really where you need to be. And it's not a comfortable position, and it's you know, it doesn't give you a lot of time to sit and reflect. So I think that you know, the speed that we've been working here seems to be commensurate with what we want to learn, and also the potential risk to the site.
right.
Thanks, Dan.
Well, how much farther do you think you're going to go in this hole?
Well, I guess the first one we excavated, we went down to about 53 centimeters. I bet I'm about halfway there.
Oh, really?
I'm afraid so. And then there's still the potential that there might be something even a little deeper. If we look at the main block of excavations there, you can see...
well, you can see that even where they started their hole, their whatever that is, the top of their hole is actually lower than the top of yours.
It is, and you can also see that our topsoil is a lot thicker here, too.
Yep.
So we have a very thick, abrupt topsoil.
What did we find here? Oh, another piece of pottery.
Oh, wow, that's a nice thick fragment, too.
Yeah.
Nice.
And it's interesting that it's that thick. And not super thin or you know.
Yeah. Yeah. Is that a...
It's been burnt.
Oh, I thought I saw some sort of an edge or something.
Probably. I can't quite...
A rim or a lip.
And that came out of this hole right here.
Right here. You're looking at it right here.
Nice. Nice.
So, yeah, that's what it's all about. It's a little bit of muscle, but...
Yeah, and isn't it funny how you find one little piece of pottery? Like, where's the rest of the pot, Dave?
Yeah.
Dave, seriously, where's the rest of the pot here?
Well, if you consider the amount of flooding that potentially took place here
Over the last 1,000 years.
over the last thousands of years, or close to 1,000 years here, yeah, it makes sense that things can move
shuffled
around a little bit, and that's why these features are so important. Because when you find things in a feature, it's locked in time.
Still there.
Whereas that everything else, you know, some of the things, when you have a big high-action flood like we've been experiencing in recent years, you can move a large amount of dirt in just a really short amount of time.
Right.
And so all these pits and features that we've been investigating really are important, because there's everything is still intact.
Yeah. So that what he's saying is, you know, we find a garbage pit, and the garbage pit still has its contents, as opposed to if you find, you know, one little thing floating around in the same colored dirt with no color change. Exactly. That's pretty much something that's been moved, you know, by nature, and not so much a part of the actual fire pit.
Everything has a story to tell.
But there's a lot of good stuff.
Oh no, you've come at a good time, Deb.
What's going on?
Well, I see some staining.
Ah, charcoal!
I see some staining right here. Here's what I'm gonna do here. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, he hit it.
We hit it. It was a little deeper here. But
See that dark colored earth?
We sure hit it there. I'm gonna do a little cleanup.
He's got a fire pit. Maybe a refuse pit. We'll see.
Well, we're gonna find out.
Wow, look at that little raise there, that charcoal.
Yeah.
Let's see what you come up with.
We're gonna find out. So first I'm gonna kind of level her off a little bit and get all of this loose dirt out and see if there's an edge to it. To me, so far, it looks like we just barely came down on it.
Yep.
But it'll be interesting to see if it covers the whole floor or not, or if it's in one particular corner.
Yeah, because over here, now that you said it, there's some charcoal specks too.
There is. That's starting right in here now too.
And you see how it's all that that mottled color now. So it used to be just this color, this, you know, the tan, but now.
Yep, it's ash
Yeah.
and charcoal together that give it this grayish color. The grayish color is more of the ash, and then you can see the charcoal, and then sometimes you'll find some reddening that's caused by the fire itself that will actually change the color of the soil.
Yep. Awesome. Well, you hit it, Dave.
I did it. See, I wasn't sure. I was like, oh, I don't think we're going to find anything. I already kind of decided that this one had, you know, I was still going to go down to continue just to make sure there wasn't anything
And
there,
you know what? It paid off.
So that's pretty exciting.
Yeah, and now what we're going to do is let him, you know, get that cleaned up. We'll come back.
You come back, it'll be nice and clean.
Awesome. Awesome. Awesome.
I'll come back when it's clean.
Dave just got down to the bottom of his, and now he's got the charcoal coming up too. So,
nice. A pit?
Yep. Another one. Another one.
Thanks for fixing that.
No beginning or end. Maybe it's all one, you know? Just kidding. How you doing, Tomas?
Pretty good. We're making a move.
Oh boy, he's making a move. Oh my God, I'm excited.
That's looking pretty good.
I'll say.
How they're gonna get this out is gonna be pretty MacGyver. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's pretty awesome though. I like it. Whatever you can do to get it out, get it out in a good way.
Yep.
We're gonna be really, really careful. That's the game plan.
And that's how they're gonna get it out, right there. They're gonna scoop it right there. So Dan's cutting a piece of metal there, sheet metal, and they're gonna put that sheet metal right under this and lift it out, take it back to the lab, where they'll allow it to dry out and slowly be able to get to the antlers themselves. It's getting there.
The wet weather is actually a bit of a benefit because it's going to help hold the antlers together so we can take them out in one piece.
Right. So that is 2 antlers right there, at least 2. There might be something more down below there that we don't even see yet, but that's literally 2 elk antlers, or what we think are elk. And they're getting ready to pull that whole chunk right out of the ground. And then Dan, the preservation technique was Elmer's glue, right? Elmer's glue, and water, and that's how they actually painted the antlers with that. And that was actually information that was given to us by preservationists. That's how they do it. So they're gonna clean them up and put the old Elmer's glue to it. Who would have thunk it?
Seriously.
Yeah.
Who would have thought adhesive would
I know.
be preserved?
That Elmer's glue. You know, it's not just for kids.
Honestly. It's starting to turn into a WD-40.
Oh, there it goes.
Watch out. Watch out, Tom.
It's moving.
Oh, yep. I can see the mud on the other side start to push on out.
Hold steady.
See the
Hold
trowel.
steady. He's almost there.
Yep.
He's
Yep, it's
almost
wiggling
there. Hey, not too fast now, young man. Get too excited now.
It's looking good, man.
Got her loose.
So here's your next project right here, Vivian. See, he came just in time.
So we do have some antlers.
Yep. And they're broken off at the ends.
Vivian, talk about the work that you do.
Talk about the work that I do?
Yeah, why the antlers could be of interest to you.
Oh, I'm a zoo archaeologist, so I study faunal remains, animal bones, and I've not had antlers yet. Antlers are interesting because they're made of keratin, which is the same stuff your fingernails are made out of, which means that they don't preserve as well as bones, and that's why they have to be really careful when excavating them.
And now we've got 2 sets.
Want me to get down there?
Yeah, and that's really impressive, and from the same area.
Yeah.
And so we definitely
Same time
want
period.
to explain that. Yeah, we definitely want to try and explain that in light of.
See how we draw you into SRAC? See how we draw you in? Welcome.
No, this is awesome. This is really awesome.
You know, Jess.
I know. And you never escape.
You don't. How that?
When you have an anaerobic environment, so an environment where air cannot get in, all right. So very wet, thick clay that's been compacted like it has at this site, can preserve things because it removes all the oxygen, and it's the oxygen that causes.
Move it over just a hair.
The process of
I can.
Yeah.
Oh, it's heavy.
So
Yeah, it is.
The other environment that's
You
very
get that in.
is if it's very dry. So like you'll have like a very dry, arid cave. Will also preserve a lot of materials. Oh, this is so awesome.
No.
Tom, you are the master.
Got it out.
Amazing.
Second one we've did.
There's a feature, another feature out of the ground.
Keep practicing.
So Vivian,
This is
there
really
you go.
impressive. This is really
Now we
impressive.
gotta get it in his truck.
Oh, so you're saying I have to come all the way back out here?
You
sometime
absolutely
soon.
do. I've got a guest room, and you're always welcome to come down. And you know what? I'm thinking more and more SRAC needs to have a dorm.
Right?
Seriously.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah, well, see, that's what I was telling you. That's why I wanna do something like SRAC over in Troy because it's 3 hours from here. This is a long.
Yeah, you know what? We've got we have a guest room, and you're always welcome. Dee stays there all the time. So, you're totally welcome to do that. And I think really we need to consider how we get some sort of a dorm status for people coming in to be able to do research.
Yeah, because there are students, I think, who would be really interested in some of your collections, and where the people from Binghamton can just drive over, the further you come, the less research time you have, unless you really go to that school.
That's right. I'm going to step behind these guys so nobody slides.
Oh, good. Spotter.
Yep. So many exciting things going on at SRAC. How we doing, guys? You all right? Just want to make sure that I'm trying to help you. Yep, I got you. Back door?
Front door.
Okay.
We could put in the back.
Nope. I'm just trying to figure out what you want.
Okay, well, I just set it on the seat then.
Yeah.
Don't worry about them old stuff. That's okay.
And off that goes to the lab. And actually, isn't it amazing that we've got Vivian, who actually studies this kind of stuff, like interested in beginning this whole process at some point in the future too?
All right, okay.
Let me turn it around. I think it's okay. I don't think there's anything you can do to keep it from.
Do you want some sort of packing behind it?
No, I tell you what, I'll just turn it.
Okay.
It won't rock. It goes, the weight's that way.
Yeah. Okay.
Nice. Unbelievably good stuff.
We got her out.
Nice job, you guys. And nobody fell down the hill. Huh. Although we still got to get back down. We still got to get back down.
Oh. We're going to get up 2 flights of stairs. Yeah. But that little wet spot there, you might slip.
All right. So cool.
We've got another good find too here.
What's this?
This is a small rim shoot from Dave's test pit.
Right, this is the same pot that we've been digging, probably.
And this is this is the rim.
Coming up in little pieces.
Right here, that's the rim. This is the interior. It's curving out, and this is the exterior, and that's a cord marked. That's a cord marked line on there.
Oh yeah.
So it could be like a.
How about that?
Anyways, yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, that is really cool.
Yeah, kind of late Owasco kind of.
Now I got to go over and bug Dave about why he didn't yell at me. Oh boy. I don't know, but we better check because it's Tom, When it's Tom.
Busted off, I had the fire. No, okay. But I felt it when I was going in. I could only go so far here. I could go that far here. I could go.
Oh, so it's just a rock there.
Yeah, it was just that rock.
Okay, I got to keep an eye on you.
Yeah, I'm glad.
Fire crack.
Cool.
Which would be about right for the time?
Dave, you did not tell me you found a rim shirt. I had to find it on the down low.
He doesn't know that he found it. No, that was yours. Was it? Yours out of your bucket. Really? No, they came and showed it to me. I didn't realize. I thought they had found it over there and were showing me what they had found. No, I didn't realize that was one of our discoveries. So what do you think? Do you think that it's cord impressed?
Yeah, it is cord impressed.
Oh yeah, you can see it much better now.
It's Oak Hill corded, I think. I mean, that would be the guess. like smooth and then, you know, zoned coating.
Yeah.
So yeah, and that's good time frame, 1300.
Sure.
Yeah.
Cool.
Awesome.
There you are.
Way to go, Dave.
See?
Okay, so tell me what you've done since we've been here.
So basically, I've cleaned things up a little bit, and it seems that this charcoal feature is all the way around the unit, so it's not just in one little corner. So what I think we're going to do, we're going to continue going down. We've taken a measurement now, so we know the depth at the top, and we're going to excavate. And if we start reaching areas that don't seem like they have feature, we're going to ignore that and focus just on the feature area. And so ultimately, if we do hit a corner, we should end up with something like a little bowl when we're done excavating.
Yeah. Looks to me like it's darker on that side, but
I
maybe
think
it's
so
just
too.
my eyes. You see it on the camera even, look.
Yeah.
See
Oh,
that?
sure.
See that mark?
Yeah, I see what you mean. Right
But
right
time
in
will
here.
tell. Time will tell.
No, excellent. Good finds.
Oh my God, what a beautiful day here.
It is.
And I want to thank everybody that was involved with the excavation today. And, you know, support SRAC. We're doing a lot of great things, folks. Be a part. Thanks for watching.